Okay, here we go. We are filling out one of these. This is very important application. This is how we request beer and wine or alcohol from the city for a restaurant. This is how we at least do a conditional use. Hey, buddy. Do a conditional use permit application for beer and wine or alcohol. Uh, this is a different application and process than something called RBP, Restaurant Beverage Program. That one is a completely different application. This is for uh, CUB or CUP, Conditional Use Permit. And in LA City, it's called a Conditional Use Beverage, since we're doing a beverage program. So, obviously, you see address, unit number, not applicable. This is the legal description, and I just realized that this is going to be incorrect because of this parcel number, APN. Now, I already opened one up, so let's go back to address search. So it's 5969 Laurel Canyon Boulevard, 5969 Laurel, and there it is. Now, when you click on an address in this ZMIS, which you will learn to use, you get the where the address is. That's where the address is. But whenever we do any plans, we have to know the entire property. So you come over to this side and see where it says APN. Don't click on it, but go off and then click and highlight it. So you copy, you go search, and you say APN search. And you hit paste, which the number was there anyway, but it doesn't matter. And then enter. And suddenly, look, it highlights more because these are all under the same APN, which is the same property owner. And that's what we need to know. The address itself was here, but we have to draw all of that. So, and then as you see here, it says no address, and that's fine. What we're going to do is click here and find the 5969. That puts the dot back in the correct place, but now we know what we have to draw. Now, that is significant for a couple different reasons. Because not only here we have the APN, but total lot area. And we had it put as 5,800, but I'm guessing that's incorrect because right now it's saying 5,854, 5,854, but it's only because it's this lot. So what we do is we grab our pointer tool and we take this tool and it says show total area of selected parcels. So we click on that and it's actually showing us all of these parcels. And it's actually 25,399. So we got to go back here and say 25,399. You could skip the last one because it's 163. I don't think it'll fit 163. Oh, it'll fit. Okay. So that's the total lot area. And then we got the right APN here, and the APNs are always the first four, and then 3 and 3. And the 2340, and then you see 004049, 004049. Oh, and since these additional lots are chosen, we need to fix the legal description. So, because now I got to click on each lot individually. So let me click here again. And we see it's lot fraction of 33, which is there. But then we're going to go here. And that's also lot fraction of 33. Okay, go here. Now we have lot fraction of 34. So we got to add that, which means we may have to go to small letters because this is going to get too full. So lots, plural, Give me 1 second. All right, that was a telemarketer kind of. All right, what were we doing here? We're doing lots. That's right. Fraction of 33, then fraction of 34. And we need to make these lowercase because we need more room to type. And try. Okay, now fraction of 33, comma, fraction 34. And yeah, there's a spot there. Okay. Then we're going to go here. And that's fraction of 34. And then fraction of 35. Okay. So, comma, fraction 35. Oh, it makes it smaller. Okay, good. So it makes room for that. Block is none. It looks like there's no blocks in any of these. Click on that. Block is none. Now notice there's an ARB here. We don't include that here. That's only for building and safety plan checks, so we have to tell them about that in the ARB. It's an arbitrary cut, but we don't do that to city planning. So it's all the same tract, 9553, 9553. Let's look at another thing. It should be all the same tract. Yeah, okay. So now this is correct. All right, so I want to put a space in there and put a space in there. So it's easier to read. It looks fine. Boom. Okay. So now we move down. Now we have a description of what we're doing. A new conditional use permit to allow off-sale beer and wine sales for use in conjunction with an existing Shell station convenience mart. That's correct. It was different before I changed it. But what I need to add to that is I need to go to my CADs, CDWG, because I believe I put shell floor. Our software can open up CAD files. We just have to open it up individually. So the reason I came here is because I want to know what the square footage is. So if you guys remember, go up here to find your square footage tool. Your snap is on. And so we just basically snap to the corners. Doesn't have to be exact, but might as well get as good as we can. Here, the office, go straight across there. Boom, boom. And remember to close, it's Alt-C, that closes it. And we've got 1344 square feet. So I'm going to go here, existing 1344 with caps lock on square foot with an existing square foot Shell station convenience mart. It's always good to put the square footage as a reference. Okay, now it has existing building permits. It's also within 500 feet of a railroad or freeway, because I used to live in this area and there's a freeway right there. But is it within 500 feet? That's a good question. There's a measuring tool, and we can click on here and go to the freeway. Oh, gotta get rid of that. So we can, oops, wait, length, there we go. So click here. Oh, we have to, okay, so the freeway's there. 431 feet. So yes, it's within 500 feet of a freeway. Now we're also supposed to do sensitive use like a park. Now what Zemus does is if you go to map, see where it says 500-foot school park zone? If you click that for this school park, this shows, like, here's a school zone. So now what we do is we go up to here, and this a radius tool, it's defaulted to 500 feet because of CUB. So you say draw buffer, and so this draws a buffer of 500 feet around our subject property. Now it doesn't touch this the school, so we're clean. So we can leave that unchecked. No special designation, no hazardous. Okay, so that's fine. And then someone said this is an interior tenant improvement. That is correct. And then housing component, all this is 0. That is correct. Is this project utilizing AB 2097? This is incorrect. And how do you find that out? And what is that? So here on Zemus, you go to Planning and Zoning. You scroll down and you will see right here AB 2097. AB 2097. That's one of the first things I forgot to show you up here is AB 2097 eligible. I clicked it because AB 2097 within a half mile of a major transit stop, and there's a yes here. So that has to do with parking. Um, so you don't have to have any parking if you are, and you tell them it's eligible. So with that, we go back down to here. There. So is the project utilizing AB 2097? We'll just say yes. Yeah, we're going to utilize it. We don't have to have any parking problems. If yes, provide a date stamp Zemus profile. Provide number of parking spaces. Okay. Yeah, we're going to provide a Zemus anyway. Zemus is this, and a Zemus report is this. And this is done on 4.1. So let me see something. I'm going to say plan application. Provide, if yes, provide a date stamp Zemus parking profile. Here's the date. Oops, gotta go back here. Here's a date stamp 4/1/25. And then this way they can see that it's, if you go down here, let's find it on here. AB 2097, yes. Okay, so that's fine. And then we'll fill this in a second because I don't think I have a CFO showing the name of parking spaces. But since we know that it's now we can get off of that by saying general zoning. If we go to radius, okay, so it was done a little wrong because I didn't have all of the things. So let's just do this. Let's do the APN search again. Copy, search, APN, paste, enter. It's thinking. And took off our thingy. So now if I draw a buffer, it makes it larger, but only on the bottom part. And so if we go to this, we still don't touch the schools. So we're fine there. So go back to general zoning. Now we're good. Okay, so going back to the app. Oh, I was going to zoom in because let's change this to the 2020. And we'll zoom in. And since it's all of this, we can say that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Looks like there's 17 parking spaces. First of all, me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to say 16 parking spaces. So we'll say 16. And I'm not sure here. We have to look at Shell station. How come I don't have the permits? Permit gas station. Now see, the permits don't always show required parking. Um, Sometimes I'll have it here in the structural inventory. Plot plan attached. Let's see what parking the park. Oh, no, it doesn't show. Well, it does. Um, Not sure where the north arrow is. Uh, okay, so the parking that's showing is here, which, as far as the Zemus goes, if you here's the rounded edge, and so they're showing the parking back here, but it's here against the property line, so it's actually showing parking here, but obviously there's been development since then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to say that there's 7 required. 7, and we're providing 16, so we're definitely good on that. Let's see. The following checklist will determine parking minimums. Include a minimum of 20% of the total dwelling units. There is no dwelling units contained. Fear that. Oh, this is all. Yeah, no, it's residential. Okay. Have you submitted to BOE? Nope. Project dedicated, right? Nope. Okay, action. 1224W1. That's a default for any alcohol request. And now this is a repeat of the previous statement. So what I could do, since this says beer and wine bar, which is incorrect, we will come up here and we will take this last sentence, copy, connection with okay, a conditional use permit to allow off-sale beer and wine in conjunction with an existing Shell station convenience mart. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to Control S. So this is in downloads, so I'll leave it in downloads for now. I'm just going to say, I call this a master land use application, and it's filled. That way I know what the file is. Okay, we don't need this one filled out. This is if there's a second request, and there's not. Okay, so this can go blank. This can go blank. Getting a client phone call. Give me 1 second. Okay, I am back. So yeah, you don't need this one because there's no additional, nothing additional requested. Um, oh, one thing I forgot to put in here, hours of, okay, hours of 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Because yeah, they close at 10 and they open at 8, so people can't get the beer and wine past 10. Um, and we always have to add hours here daily, but you don't have to put the hours in this second part. This is just what the request is plus the square footage. Okay, city planning cases. Good question. I don't think there are. So we go to Zemus, go to case numbers, and we see if there's any ZAs, and there are not. So there's been no requests on this. So no for that. Um, if there was, we'd put the case numbers here. Um, Someone's playing with their toy. Okay, none of this applies to us. Intend to develop a larger project? No. Subdivision? No. Related documents? Proposed? No. Covenants? No. So this is all no. And then we get to, the applicant information. So, and this is incorporated. Because I do believe what I have is, I thought I downloaded the CFO articles. I know I downloaded it. Where did I put it? Might be here. Is this K and Co? Yes, it is. There we go. So this is the articles. I have not moved that here. And then let me change the file name articles. And it's articles of incorporation. This is a statement of information. But it's Co and K Incorporated. So you want to make sure you have the correct name on the Co and K Incorporated. Um, yes, the address for there's no unit number. Not sure if that number is correct. That's not his email. Okay, 91607. Let's see if that's correct. They do have they used to have the zip code here. Where is it? 91607. Okay, weird. They must have changed Zemus because they used to have the zip code up here. Zip code. Oh, because I'm on the wrong thing. I click there where there's an ad. Oh, well, it's okay. Refresh it. 91607 is the zip code. I had just chosen the wrong lot. Okay. So 91607, 91607. I don't think that's the guy's phone number. So, and then I do have property owner info. And it's, yeah, 6957 Village LLC. Village LLC, 5969 Laurel Canyon. Okay. Oh, well, there you go. Okay, so it's the same address. Who knows? Maybe he owns the property. And then we've got our information. This is 06 BP Restaurant Consulting. I like to spell out our thing differently. BP Restaurant Consulting. That way it's easier to read since there's multiple words together. Phone number is correct. Let's separate that. 14160. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And that's it. The rest of this is for property owners to sign and notarize and all that stuff. So I just have to double check his phone number. 631-2987. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's right. Oh, shit. Here we go. Space bar. Space. And then, let's see. She did not have his email address. Okay, so that is his email. Okay. So I'm now going to save that again. As far as you know, we have now filled this out completely and officially. So I can close it. I'm going to close all these. I got way too much stuff open. Canceled that. I'm still filling that one out. Okay, so what I now have is shelf station, master land use filled. I'm going to move that there because that is a master land use application, even though it's also called a city planning application. Um, which that's what she filled out. Okay, so that's it. We have now gone through. Buddy, relax. We've now spent 28 minutes on a master land use application. So thank you for watching. A couple of the videos are sitting there waiting to be released, and they shouldn't be. My app glitched as I finished them. Buddy, relax. So anyway, thank you, and